So you've seen on previous episode that I've modified the firewall now so much that the Pontiac wiper motor just doesn't fit. So I've hopped on eBay and had a look around at what wiper motors are available, and I've picked up a Dacia Sandero wiper motor for about 25 quid delivered. So we're going to see if we can get it to work on the Pontiac. Now then, so looking at the size of these two things, this is the Pontiac wiper motor, this is the Dacia Sandero one. I'm hoping that the more modern motor has enough power. It should do. It should do. Well, I guess we're going to find out. So the Pontiac one sat on this plate somehow, like that. So what we're going to do, we're not going to do that, but we are going to sit this on a plate and then bolt that to the car. So I've made this template that fits the area on the car perfectly. Can't really show you because it's raining outside at the minute. So I'm going to cut this up, then I'm going to make a hole for, in fact I'm going to make these 3 holes and the hole for the spindle, and then see if it bolts up. Well, it will bolt up. Now there is an interesting difference between these two. So on this, the spindle is offset. On this one, it is not. And as far as I can see, the reason for that is to give it a little bit extra throw, but not hit the body of the car. So a little bit extra throw without the size of arm that comes off here. So this arm sits on there, and then that little ball there goes into the arm that pushes the wipers. So we're actually getting a few mil extra throw. Now also the arm that came with the Dacia motor is much smaller, so we're going to be really down on the amount of throw, which means that the wipers aren't going to move as far. However, what I'm going to do is get it working with this shorter arm and the reduced throw, and then I'll need to come up with something to mirror this. There's no way of modifying this for this motor, so I'll have to make something that puts this out here like that. It goes around like that. Yeah, I don't think that'll be too difficult. Well, if it is, we'll see. So let's start cutting some steel out. So that's what we've ended up with. So I'm going to have to seal this in, like I said, because it doesn't sit entirely flush, but that's fine. bit of silicone or whatever will do. I've had to space it out slightly to clear the bulkhead here. Probably could have clearanced it, but I painted it now, so it needs a bit of paint. Plenty of space here for the master cylinder reservoirs. I may actually put them over here anyway, but I think that's probably going to be fine just there. So I'll route that a different way. And so we've ended up with that. It's going to go like that, which means the maximum throw on the wipers is there, which quite honestly it's not quite enough. I could compromise a bit and have them sitting a bit higher when they're parked, but I think I know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to make a little wheel like we had in the old one, but we'll see. I'll show you that at some point. So what I need to do now is test it and see if it actually works. Right, jerry-rigged the battery. So we're in the lowest position now, and we don't have any clearance issues at all in there, which is good. So we're on, this should be high speed. That works absolutely fine. Would be better if it swept a little bit further. That might be a problem for another day. I think I'm happy with that. Excellent. Right, so I've wired this up. I've got a fuse in place in case I cock it up. And I've got a relay and the actual switch that I'm going to be using. So this is the GM switch. It's got a button for the washers and then 2 speeds. There's no intermittent. That may be something to look at later. I don't have the washers connected at the moment, obviously. So this switch seems to go on the fast setting first and then the slow setting. So that'll be fast, that'll be slow, and when we turn it off, we go back to park and we press the button, it puts it in fast, and then we park. Works really well. Fantastic.